Wholeness family, I'm going to just read something here from it's John C. Lilly, Programming and Metaprogramming in the Human BioComputer. All human beings, all persons who reach adulthood in the world today are programmed biocomputers. None of us can escape our own nature as programmable entities. Literally, each of us may be our programs, nothing more, nothing less. Despite the great varieties of programs available, most of us have a limited set of programs. Some of these are built in. In the simpler forms of life, the programs were mostly built in from genetic codes to fully formed, adulty, reproducing organisms. The patterns of function, of action reaction, were determined by necessities of survival, of adaptation to slow environmental changes, and of passing on the code to descendants. Eventually, the cerebral cortex appeared as an expanding new high-level computer controlling the structurally lower levels of the nervous system, the lower built-in programs. For the first time, learning and its faster adaptation to a rapidly changing environment began to appear. Further, as this new cortex expanded over several millions of years, a critical size cortex was reached. At this level of structure, a new capability emerged, learning to learn. And I just read this because I was speaking with a friend from Central Park about programming, how all is a program, and why I don't watch television programming. Now, this was taken as a negative, and what I shared is that it's vital that we stay in the quantum computing. Quantum computing meaning it cannot be explained in English, so it transcends binary, whether we want to call it 0, 1, male, female, good, bad. So it's all about learning to be the arbitrator, learning to be the balance, so to speak. And the importance of this is, again, when I say I don't watch programming, it's because I don't watch television programming because it's the intention. There's something on the Facebook page that goes into the Disney, the cartoon characters, the Brothers Grimm. Someone actually from Central Park had mentioned this, where in the original Cinderella story, they cut the foot. So again, we can fall into this false light, or we can go overly dense. And this I like to relate to being overly acidic or overly alkaline. When the goal or the key of maintenance is maintaining pH balance, meaning the adept knows in whatever environment they find themselves in, we can simplify this to either the Enneagram, which is the 9, and then within the 9 numbers, 7 numbers represent planets. 1 is the sun, 2 is the moon, 9 is the Mars, 5 is Mercury, 3 is Jupiter, 6 is Venus, 8 is Saturn. The 4 and the 7, which are very heavy in the Western world, 4 is Rahu. It is the north node of the moon. 7 is Ketu. It's the south node. This right here is called the prime mobile, the head. So right, if you remove the head, it has the spine, the nervous system. So it is a globe in and of itself. And then we would like to connect that to the body. So when we again speak about the governing bodies, the chakras, the organs, the planets, this is the power of doing the Ennealogy yoga, because now we're working with our body. Also, if we move away from the Enneagram, we can bring it to the 4 elements: earth, air, water, fire. And then the 5th element is the space, the ether or aether. And this is, right, we can, and what happens with science is that it gets overly complex and confusing because the periodic table, the alchemical cabinet, our body. So again, we can complain about the state of the earth, the condition of the earth, but what are we putting into our mouth? So if the head is disconnected from the body, we start eating things, right? The portals, the ports. And again, these are to be guarded. We are the guardians of our customs. Customs could be the costume. This is what we wear, how we express ourselves, how we dress. So again, the importance of simplifying and not going into confusion. And again, what's confusing is the language. What is the language? A program. It's a code, right? We have the law and the rule. The law is the language. The rule is the ruler. It's the measure. So if any of this doesn't make sense, feel free to put something in the comment section, and I'll be more than willing to provide some clarification, whatever it may be. But it's just to share that we got to maintain the balance, because again, we'll see some people again stepping into that overly acidic, the horror movies, the dense music, and then we'll see people stepping into that, oh brother, oh sister, namaste, everything is okay, and that will get you eaten up. Again, I'm in New York, so I had to learn how to inner stand up within self, to not be played by, and again, there's no good or bad. For me, it's recognizing what spirits are thoughts. Spirituality is the study of spirits. Spirits are thoughts. So if people want to dismiss spirituality, but they have thoughts, and they're not able to still their mind, again, as we say within secret energy, someone has stolen your mind. If you have no control over your thoughts, if you're hearing multiple voices, if these voices are speaking English, you're confused. It is an intuition. The true language is sound, shape, and color. So, all that being said, to not make this long-winded, I'm going to leave it at that. And again, it's about get out of the philosophy and really start seeing how you're treatment, how you're addressing yourself, and really learning to step into the Ayurveda, because true medicine is food. Let's not go too deep. All these things come from plants, whether it's the cannabis, whether it's the alcohol, whether it's the pharmaceuticals. So again, breaking it back down to the elements, because in Ayurveda, it's all about your constitution, your makeup. And what is your makeup? It has everything to do with your consumption. And there's also importance in being a creator, so you're not just ingesting, taking in the program, taking in the music, taking in the... So, wholeness and balanced vibrations. That reminder that compassion is our compass. Why? Because compassion can be the tough grandmother, and it can be the nurturer. It knows what's needed, not what is wanted. So, aho. All our relations. This is, again, not feeling like we have to leave where we live, but really learning what we're here for, what we're here to learn. The lesson could be the curse or the course. It's all about your perception and learning how to graduate to the next stage. Okay, my phone's broken, so it's difficult to